you can stop an earthquake, doesn't that mean you could start one too?
That's why that notebook should never fall into the wrong hands.
All of downtown, the high-rises were built on rollers to withstand horizontal shakes. A vertical quake this size could collapse half of downtown.
So, well, we go from funding that to funding the film, Final Frequency. I want to show you a clip of a little bit of an extended clip of Final Frequency. It's 7 minutes long, and it'll give us kind of a basis and a framework for some of the things we're going to discuss. So let me share my screen, and we're going to watch a 7-minute clip of Final Frequency.
It's a beautiful day in downtown LA, where the G20 World Economic Summit will meet later this week. Let's hope the spate of recent tremors doesn't spoil their party. Of course, maybe shaking up some bureaucrats isn't such a bad thing.
What's the big deal? We get 400 tremors each year.
No. This is a vertical fault line, not a horizontal one. All of downtown, the high-rises were built on rollers to withstand horizontal shakes. A vertical quake this size could collapse half of downtown. I have to tell the professor.
Aren't you supposed to be in class right now? Yeah, you better hurry.
Now, through his work on frequency, Nikola Tesla used AC power to illuminate the 1893 Chicago World's Fair with spectacular results. Must have seemed truly miraculous at the time. Now, some of you have light bulbs in front of you. Could you hold them in your hand for the moment, just like that? Imagine, if you will, this coil is the Earth. Now, Tesla, by bouncing certain frequencies off the ionosphere and using the Earth as a giant battery, Tesla said that he could provide unlimited, free, and wireless power to any place on the planet. Ooh. Impressive, huh? Now, unfortunately, the financier J.P. Morgan, that's Tesla's primary investor, wanted to monetize this revolutionary source of power, not just hand it out for free like Tesla did. So, Morgan withdrew his funding and shut down the project. A century later, that same power is used today in our cell phones. Hey. But perhaps the most significant unfinished work of Tesla's was in the area that we know today as high-frequency active auroral research, or HAARP. See, Tesla believed that everything, all of nature, all things, all that we see, everything that we know, that's the weather, that's earthquakes, that's even the human mind, all of it is governed by frequency. Tiny vibrations that animate or destroy. Case in point, when the wind in Washington State reached the resonance frequency of the mighty Tacoma Narrows Bridge, it snapped like a toothpick. See, Tesla believed that if you control the resonance frequency of an object, you control that object. Whether it be a bridge, weather, earthquake, even a human thought. Fun fact, if a little sinister. When Tesla died, the government invaded his offices and seized all his research in the name of national security. But Tesla was canny, and he committed all his most critical notes and research to a particular notebook that he hid away. Imagine, just imagine, if you will, what you could do if you got hold of those notes.
Professor, didn't he also say we should prevent the breeding of the unfit by sterilization?
Someone's been doing their reading. Very good. Yes, Tesla was interested in birth control. But unlike some of his contemporary eugenicists, he was more interested in the betterment of mankind, not just in creating some kind of master race. Think of it, if you will, as a sort of benign evolution. Miss Dulcet, would you care to edify, Miss Smith?
I think Tesla knew from natural selection that only the strong will survive.
But aren't all men created equal?
Well, let me take that in Tesla's own words. To quote Tesla, he said, "Science is but a perversion of itself unless it has as its ultimate goal the betterment of mankind." Isn't that right, Mr. Harris? Mr. Harris! You see, I controlled the resonant frequency of Mr. Harris, and so I controlled Mr. Harris.
If you can stop an earthquake, doesn't that mean you could start one too?
That's why that notebook should never fall into the wrong hands.
All of downtown, the high-rises were built on rollers to withstand horizontal shakes. A vertical quake this size could collapse half of downtown.